What's up, everyone? Hope everybody out there is off to a great week. We got the post-Roval episode here. We got a hell of a lot of stuff to talk about. A lot of interesting action taking place. Not even as much on the racetrack, but just with battles that were taking place within the points. Obviously, everybody trying to get into that round of 8. And this man right here, Joey Logano, making it happen. Take a look. Listen to that. Yeah, everybody was happy about that. It's not funny, but anyways, we got different things to talk about. Obviously, we had SVG just waxing everybody's ass again out there on these road courses, and that battle for the transfer spot, which got pretty hairy, and Ross Chastain making it a very interesting day, which I think everybody kind of knew, especially following what took place at Martinsville. This guy was going to make a hell of a show out of it. But this is what I want to talk about, and we're going to get into the different aspects, break things down. But I got to talk about this maneuver that took place out of the chicane coming to the checkered flag right here. Let's take a look at this. Ross driving in there. And in my opinion, Ross knew exactly what was going to happen with hitting the 11 like that. And a lot of people are comparing this to what took place in 2018 with Jimmy Johnson and Martin Truex. So let's take a look at this right quick. And as you can see here, Johnson, they were pretty close coming into that chicane. Johnson just coming too hard, got on the brakes, pretty much wiped himself out, but caught Martin Truex in the situation right there. Unfortunately, ended the day for both of them as far as getting that win. But then again, when we look over here to what Ross did, this was more intentional. This was, in my opinion, an intentional wreck. Yes, exciting to see. Crazy action all the way to the end right there with that. But this is where I got to go. Where's NASCAR at with this? Is this considered an intentional wreck? We've seen things in the past that this has been brought up about. And we've also saw the right hooks being a big aspect that's been brought up about things. This is going into a turn right here, a chicane, and a different scenario, but you kind of got to look at it as the same scenario. Where drivers have been suspended for things like this in the past. Yes, they were on speedways and bigger things like that. We saw a race be taken away from Austin Dillon at Richmond for actions. But then we got the other things where in the past on the road course, we had Ty Dillon, who was taken out by Austin Cindric, kind of in the same manner that nothing took place. And I mean, my point with this, I guess, is over time, somebody's going to start questioning what's the line in the sand? Where do we go with this? What's considered good and what's considered bad? The bad part about this for Ross Chastain is he put on a hell of a show. I'm going to say this again. But unfortunately, he had his things that just put him down under all day. They rebound and still bad things happen, which I imagine the pressure on him was enormous, especially when your teammates out there kicking everybody's ass. You want to get Trackhouse into the round of 8. But man, I just questioned where everything was at for that and how NASCAR looks at this. And we're going to talk more about the incidents with Chastain that caused the issues for him here in a minute. But first, I got to get right here to this other action that took place on the racetrack. And let's just talk about the wrecks. Kyle Busch on lap 1. He is like, I'm done with this day already. The hell with this. And bad luck's going to continue throughout different aspects for different drivers. Then on lap 9, Austin Cindric having some trouble in the chicane. And Justin Haley was like, let's just make a bad day even worse. Dropped him from 17th to 36 right there. But he was not done in that 2 car yet because Carson Hocevar, he just said, here's the rest of your day. Let me wrap it up for you. Go ahead and park this thing because your day's over. But not a good day for that, too. And obviously dropping him out of contention to run into the top 8 in the playoffs. But then on lap 58, Austin Dillon must have spotted something over there in the grass. Take a little ride out there to check it out. And interestingly, right after that, his brother Ty Dillon had a little visit by Riley Herbst down the backstretch here, and some friendly love taps right there. But that wasn't it for Riley Herbst because him and that other guy who started out today with some pretty shabby luck there, Kyle Busch, sending him around. He's like, pack it up. Let's both go home. Tired of this. Day's over. Let's just call it quits. And that wasn't the end of it for Riley Herbst, as he was later disqualified for not making weight following the race. So bad day for those 3 drivers right there, but put on some interesting racing, to say the least, some highlights. But as far as the race, SVG, again, we knew this. I mean, the guy's dominant on the road courses here. Didn't think it was going to be much different. I kind of thought maybe it'd be a little closer racing, which we did have a little bit of it. But that front row, him and Tyler Reddick, first 4 laps, Reddick's out there leading. Thought, it's going to be pretty interesting. By lap 4, though, SVG out there taking the lead, wins stage 1. Kyle Larson behind him, Ty Gibbs behind him, running out the top 3. And at that point, Chastain ahead in that points bubble right there. So looking good for Chastain. And also right during that point, Chase Briscoe telling his team, I'm sick. I need something for my stomach. So another Chase playoff driver that was having issues right then, but thankfully able to make it through. But then Ross misses the end of pit road. Mind-blowing to see this. I guess the GPS wasn't working to tell him to turn left at that point or something. But, man, costly mistake. Dropped him from 15th to 30th right there. But then in stage 2, though, A.J. Allmendinger, guy who won in the past out there, showing the way around the racetrack. Blaney behind him, Chris Buescher. And kind of looking pretty strong there for A.J. Another good road course ringer here. By lap 31, Kyle Larson clinches a spot into the round of 8. So he was in good position to race it out the rest of the day. But by lap 41, SVG back in the lead, and 3 laps to go, goes in the pit, turning over to win stage 2 to Ryan Blaney. Tyler Reddick, Chase Elliott behind him, and Ross Chastain right there in 4th. Interesting, Ross Chastain bounced back, gets right back up there in the mix. And Chase Elliott, kind of expected more out of him throughout the day, but not really in contention for most part of the day like I expected that 9 car to be. But here we go with stage 3. SVG out there in the lead. Christopher Bell and Kyle Larson right behind him. But by lap 63, Kyle Larson was putting the pressure on that 88 car and was able to get out in front. The 28-88 raced it there for a little bit. But SVG pulled back and was like, you know what? Got a lot of racing to go. We're going to make this work. Interestingly, then the 22 and the 1 come in the pit together. Again, racing for that position to get into the round of 8. But the 22 having some right front trouble right there. So, again, looking good for Ross Chastain to proceed into the round of 8. But the 5, the 88, and the 20, they were out there doing their thing. But at that point right there, the 88 was 1 second a lap faster than the 5. So, it wasn't going to be too long before these guys had to do something. And that was the case on lap 20, or 25 to go. Christopher Bell coming in for a pit stop. And then 5 laps later, that 5 car, Kyle Larson coming in for a pit stop. And then here comes the 1 car, Ross Chastain. Feeling good, looking good. And goes too fast out of pit road, put it in the wrong gear, and had to serve a drive-through penalty. So once again, was looking bad for him. But 18 to go, SVG decided to make a pit stop right there. And this is where the action got a little fun right here. 5 and the 88 out there beating and banging and putting on a good show for the fans right there. But it wouldn't last for long. SVG getting away, and then with 8 laps to go, the 5 car, Kyle Larson pitting, and SVG just walking away with another win out there. 15-second win. Again, he's had an 11-second, a 15-second, and a 16-second win margin this year. Pretty crazy. Went on to lead 57 laps, over half the laps of this race right here, which by stats, it's what he's done all year long. And just, man, is this guy unstoppable? That's the biggest question to me right now. Who is going to stop this guy with winning on the road courses? It's interesting because his teammate coming up through there, which, by the way, great weekend for WeatherTech to be a sponsor. Sweeping the weekend with sponsorship wins. Connor Zilic getting to win the Xfinity race. And to me right now, that's probably the only guy who's going to maybe possibly give him a run for his money moving forward. Because right now, SVG is just that damn good. And everybody knows it. And I think the regular Cup drivers kind of getting a little tired of getting their asses handed to them on these road courses by him. But I think they also understand that, man, he's just that damn good. And the other thing is right now he's picking up on the ovals as well. So it's not like SVG is going to get any worse going forward. He's only going to get better. So at 36 years old, I don't know how long he's going to stay in the Cup Series, but I'll promise you this much. He'll be in the playoffs every year, and I think it's only going to continue to get better for him to be more in contention throughout the rounds, whatever that is, or if the playoffs go away. A lot of questions about what's going on moving forward. Anyways, hope you're having a great week out there. If you like what I'm doing, hit that subscribe button. Above all, throw them comments down below. Give this episode a like. Share it if you want to. I'm sure your grandma wants to see this. But as always, we'll see you at the checkered flag.